Sometimes in our sport, the success of a person is measured through the number of fights or titles they won, or the years they promoted or judged or refereed. Others, though, are measured by their contributions and what they left to the world when they were finished. Our next inductee, he's one such person. It looked as if football was going to be his sport of choice, as he had a stellar career in high school and even earned a scholarship to George Washington U. The following year, he transferred to New York U, but tore cartilage in his knee, effectively ending his football days. He was encouraged by a friend to give boxing a try. After pestering trainer Larry Kent to give him a chance, he started an amateur career that was highlighted with a heavyweight Golden Gloves championship. He turned pro under the name Eddie Irwin and won 5 straight bouts, but his trainer Larry Kent convinced him that he had a wonderful brain and could accomplish a lot more than just boxing if he got out of the ring at that point. Making sure the brain was still intact, he listened, and it was a good decision. He became an educator, starting at Galvani Junior High School and Jefferson Park Junior High School in New York. He wanted to teach history at the New York Institute of Technology and also taught boxing at City College of New York. Eventually, he founded Wilmington College in Delaware, and along with Donald Ross, the College of Boca Raton here in Florida. He was also involved in real estate. In the late 1950s, he and a partner founded West Hills Day Camping, a 20-acre summer camp in Huntington, Long Island. Other camps would follow, and eventually he owned more private camps than anyone else in the world. His real estate ventures would lead him to Florida and back to boxing. He reunited with his old trainer Larry Kent at the famous Miami 5th Street Gym, promoted shows and managed fighters, including a pair of Florida Boxing Hall of Famers, gold medalist Howard Davis Jr. and world lightweight champion Freddie Pendleton. He once said, "Boxing is a hobby to me, but it can be a very expensive one, although I love it." He passed away just a little over a year ago at the age of 94. He's remembered fondly for all his friendships and all he did for others, whether giving fighters a chance to pursue their dreams or developing the minds of students as a teacher and giving them a fun and safe outlet with his camps. A lot of people are grateful that he listened to his trainer and protected that wonderful brain. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame class of 2015, manager and promoter, the late Ed Gersh. Please welcome to accept on behalf of the Gersh family, Ed's son, Kevin.
Well, that was very emotional, walking through that history of my father. I want to thank the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame for inducting and accepting and honoring my father. My father had a lot of loves in his life. He had 3 wives and lots of girlfriends. But his only true love, I have to say, was boxing. From his very start in life, it gave him the courage and the confidence to do what I believe really why he achieved so much in his life, because as you know, the fighters, that what you achieve in boxing is something that is very hard to achieve in life. The confidence to stand in front of another man, lace up your gloves, and put your very best forward. I would like to share 2 stories that my father was probably most proud of. One is at the very start of his career, when he started teaching in Galvani Junior High School. His first day, he walked in and to teach, and they said, "We don't have a job, but I have a substitute position." And he said, "But the last teacher just walked out," and this is in the 50s, and there were all the gangs in New York City. He was in Harlem. I mean, it was a tough crowd. And he says, they're a bunch of 9th graders, and they're about to graduate. They have 2 weeks left, and our last teacher lasted a day. He goes, "I'll take him. I'll try these kids." And he walks in, and all the kids, and he's standing at the front door, And all the kids are going, hey, what do you think? You think we should cut? You think, well, should we try out this new teacher? Ah, let's give him a try. And the kids walk in, they have their hats on, and they're walking around. And the kids, and he goes, everyone, please sit down. And he goes, please sit down. And they're ignoring him. And he goes, sit down or I'm going to knock you down. Well, he got their attention. He realized what he was dealing with. He says, who here is the best fighter in the room? And all the kids point to one young man. He goes, young man, come up here. And the child comes up and he goes, show me how, if you were going to fight, how you'd fight somebody. He goes, punch me in the arm. The kid does one of these. He goes, no, come on, hit me for real. He tries to hit him again. He goes, tell me how you'd really hit him. So the kid winds up, throws a, bolo punch, hits him in the arm. And he goes, that's not how you do it. And he goes, bang, hits a child in the room, bounces him off the wall, into the corner. Child slides down to the corner. He goes, now, he takes out his golden gloves. And he goes, now, guys, let me tell you something. We're gonna talk about fighting today. And he pulls out a picture of him and Joe Louis, and he goes, and you're going to raise your hand, and you're going to stand up, and you're going to address me properly. Well, he got their attention. The principal walks into the classroom, couldn't believe what she saw, calls him outside, he goes, would you like a full-time job? That's how he started his career. And he was so proud of that story, and he was a dean. They made him the dean the second year in school. Forget teaching, you're going to discipline the children. And he was a dean for 17 years there, and he loved it because every day he didn't know what he was going to do. And one last story, that was how he started his career. And his last time he put up his hands was he was driving in Florida down to Boca Raton, and some guy cut him off. And he pulls up, then he cuts him off, and they get into this little thing, and in his book, in his memoirs, it's called Road Rage. He's 86, 87 years old, and he cuts, and they pull up to a light, and he rolls down the window, and he rolls down the window, he goes, hey, you son of a bitch, why don't you let me in? And the guy goes, why don't you pull over and say that to me? And he goes, okay. So in my father's good standing, the guy must have been in his 50s, and he goes and he gets out of his car and he takes off his glasses, takes off his wristwatch, gets out of the car, starts walking to the gentleman. The gentleman walks over, grabs him, tries to kick him in the groin. He throws a left hook, hits him on the jaw, drops him to the ground on the side of the road, and the guy curls up in a ball, and he's on the ball, and he goes, don't hit me, don't hit me. He goes, why didn't you let me in? And he goes, I don't know. And he says, well, the next time you pick a fight with someone, don't pick a fight with the Golden Gloves champ. My father would be really very honored to be here today, and he's looking down at us, and he's very grateful. It was his true love, and everything about boxing, the good and the bad. We all know it so well. I was raised in it. He used to drag me around to the fights before I could talk with Lolly Kent and those names I remember. So with my deepest appreciation, I want to thank you for honoring my father and all the other honorees today. And thank you to the Hall of Fame. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.